So I have a confession. Red meat used to scare me. Too much fat, way too many calories, gives you cancer, right? But the truth is, when you choose the right kind and prepare it with intention, simple steak can actually be one of the most healing, satisfying, and hormone-supportive meals that you can eat, especially if you're a woman dealing with unwanted fat gain, low energy and mood swings, even gut issues. That's why today I'm gonna show you how to make my go-to cast iron steak. It's anti-inflammatory, super high protein, and simple enough to prep any day of the week, but also special enough for a weekend or for date night. It wasn't until I dug into the science, mastered lean muscle building through strength training, embraced a functional root cause approach, experimented on myself, had to heal my gut, my hormones, that I realized beef is a superfood for us women. Steak is so rich in healthy fats that support our hormones. It actually supports our heart health through a compound known as linoleic acid. It can actually reduce your risk of cancer, improve your cholesterol levels, which is the very thing that people say is going to harm you when you do eat beef. Rich in vitamin E and beta carotene, which are very potent antioxidants that protect us from oxidative stress. And this is what's going to cause premature aging. So if you want to preserve your youth, your vibrance, and your longevity, then this is so rich in those nutrients to help you do that. The antioxidants also work directly against inflammation, making this an anti-inflammatory food. Protect your cells, promote strong, resilient immunity, even give you healthy skin. Let me show you how to do it. Today, we're making a beautifully seared cast iron steak, a simple way to cook steak to perfection. Here's what you're gonna need. A high quality steak. We're using a quality organic sirloin cut today, some salt and pepper or other seasonings that you like, ghee or avocado oil, and optional fresh garlic or fresh herbs like rosemary or thyme. Before starting, you want to remove your steak from the fridge about 30 minutes prior to cooking so that it comes to room temperature. This is going to make sure that it cooks evenly throughout. Next, heat your cast iron pan on medium-high heat for about 2 to 3 minutes. We want it really hot for a good sear. Drizzle in your ghee or whatever oil you're using. Both are great choices for high heat cooking and bring out the steak's natural flavor. While the skillet gets hot, pat your steak dry with paper towels, then season them liberally with salt and pepper on all sides so that it's fully coated. Place the steak into the pan, laying it down away from you to avoid any splatters, and then let it sear for about 3 to 4 minutes without moving it. This allows a beautiful golden crust to form. Then flip the steak and add your smashed garlic or fresh herbs like I'm doing here with rosemary, and allow it to cook for another 3 to 4 minutes, adjusting the time, of course, depending on how you like your steak cooked. And you can check out the full recipe for a guide on how much time, depending on the level of doneness that you'd like. Once the steak reaches your desired doneness, transfer it to a cutting board and let it rest for about 5 to 10 minutes. This step is essential to keeping it tender and juicy by letting the juices redistribute. When you're ready to serve, slice the steak against the grain for the best texture and enjoy immediately. There you have it. Fast, satisfying, fat loss friendly entree. It supports your gut, your hormones, and your vibrant health. It wasn't steak in itself that was the problem. It was poor ingredients, poor preparation, and lacking the knowledge, the skill, and the strategy on how to properly eat for fat loss, for energy, for sustainable, vibrant health. Something that I learned over the years as I started to reintroduce red meat back in and enjoy steak was that it helped me to develop a much more healthier relationship with food and with myself. I was no longer afraid and living in fear and avoiding foods because essentially I didn't trust myself with it and I didn't trust my body. I hope by sharing some insights and this really quick and delicious recipe also gives you the permission that it did to me, which is establishing a sense of neutrality, balance, and openness to food. food. Create that food freedom to allow yourself to enjoy a full range of foods in moderation. Prioritize quality above all else because you deserve the best quality. Always choose pasture-raised, grass-fed, organic, because that is going to be a reflection of the quality of the nutrition that you get. The way that those animals were treated, their living conditions, their diet, all of that gets translated into the quality of nutrition that we get and how we feel and how our bodies can digest it and absorb those good nutrients. Learning how to choose better ingredients, learning how to creatively prepare satisfying but delicious meals, and learning how to balance that in a style of eating that suits your fat loss goals but also nourishes your soul from the inside out. This is what I help my clients with inside of my programs. I've helped countless women transform their bodies and rewrite their story with food and how they relate to their bodies, to themselves. This is powerful. If you're a woman that's tired of restriction and the extreme diets and you just want to feel energized, strong, and feel confident again, then I just want to say welcome. This is your home, this is your sanctuary, and this is just the beginning. Make sure to hit like and subscribe and the bell. I'll be sharing more gut and hormone fat loss friendly recipes like this, along with nutrition tips and strategies to help you cultivate the health that you deserve and a body that you can feel proud in. And I would love to know if you've been on the edge as well with steak or red meat. Is this making you starting to rethink it at all? And let me know what your favorite protein dish is that you're making these days. I'll see you next time.